Hello, hello, hello. How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to Premier League Dad, and we are live for a slightly different approach to Premier League Dad tonight. We've got live football. We have absolutely got live football. We are live for Castellón against Cultural Leonesa. I've got it on here. It's La Liga 2. Both teams bang in trouble, to be fair. Cultural Leonesa rock bottom of La Liga 2. Looks likely they're going down. They've got a bit of time to maybe get out of it, but they haven't won a game since Eibar back in late December. So it's been a while since they've tasted victory. They are miles off the pace. For Castellón, it's slightly different. Castellón are actually managed, you might remember, Pablo Hernandez. Pablo Hernandez, the former Leeds and Swansea City legend. Pablo Hernandez is the manager of Castellón. And yes, he's the person in charge for them tonight. And they are just outside the playoffs. They have lost their last 3 in a row. So big opportunity for them. They're desperately going to have to try and get back on track and try and get up to La Liga. It's been a long time since I think Castellón have been up to La Liga. Castellón are from Valencia way, aren't they? I think Castellón are Valencia way. Cultural Leonesa from Leon, which I think is northwest Spain. Yeah, up towards Bilbao way, I think, if my Spanish geography is right. But yes, it is. It's on tonight. If you want to watch along, you're more than welcome to watch along. It's on Verdi. You can watch it on certain prediction apps. We'll call it that. Certain prediction apps. You can watch it live on most of them, and you can obviously get it on DAZN as well. I think it's on DAZN. But so far, 4 minutes in, there's not really anything happening. I can take you through the lineups, but you won't really know any of the players. There's not any player there that I recognise, and I've got a decent handle on most. There's maybe Radoya. There's really only Radoya that I can think of. Nemanja Radoya, who you might remember from his time at he was at Celta Vigo for a spell, wasn't he? Levante. There's not really anyone in those lineups that you'd look at and think, yep, I remember them. So yes, it's going to be that tonight. But listen, I've got a Premier League Dad Team of the Season challenge for you. So what I'm going to need you to do is get your pen and paper handy, and I'm going to move across to the lineup builder. So here is what I need from you. What we are going to do is we are going to go through tonight, while the game's on. I thought we'd do this as a slightly different approach. We'll go through and we will pick our Premier League Dad Team of the Season. We're going to do it live tonight, and after the game I'm going to publish it on Premier League Dad socials, and you're going to pick it, right? We're going to pick it together. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick 4 players for each position. We're going to put it to a poll. You guys in the chat are going to vote on him. And we're going to, at the end of the night, we're going to come up with our Premier League Dad Team of the Season. If there's time, if we do it quick enough, if we get through it, we can even do our worst Team of the Season as well. So we can work through it. But the twist is, this is the twist, this is where it gets tricky, is you can only pick 1 player per team. 1 player per club, right? So if you go straight in and you stick in, I don't know, Haaland, right, that's City out. That's City gone. You can't pick anyone else from City. And the same applies to everyone else. So it starts to get a bit creative. It really does start to get a bit creative. It's good fun. So, I'm going to start us off with a few suggestions for goalkeeper. If you've got any in the chat, we're live across all the platforms. So, if you guys want to shout out your answers, shout out who you think is the right is the right player for this position, then we'll go through them. But first up, in goal, right? In goal. Robin Riffs seems to be one that's been shouted immediately, MUFC. Good stuff. Josh Wright, what matches are on tonight? I'm watching Castellón v Cultural Leonesa, mate. Robin Riffs, Pickford. Obviously, Raya is one that most people would go to. Who else? John Ruddy. John Ruddy. Robin Riffs, David Raya, Jordan Pickford, Emi Martinez. Is that a reasonable shout? We could say Emi Martinez. Again, you've got to be smart with your goalkeeper picks, because again, if you pick your goalkeeper from a decent team, then it rules everyone else out. Pickford's not a bad choice. Is Pickford the best Everton player that you're going to get? Is Pickford, you know, a standout player? Is he going to be over maybe Illiman and Dye? Is he going to be over someone like maybe Kiernan Dewsbury Hall? Someone of that ilk. What about James Garner? James Garner just getting called up to the national team. I think if we go with Pickford, then we ain't getting him. So we might need to revisit some of these picks later. But are we happy with those for the 4? Raya, Roofs, Pickford, Martinez, Donnarumma. Donnarumma's not a bad shout as well. I think Donnarumma's not a bad shout. And if you pick Martinez, no Rodgers. There you go, as Julius said. Verbruggen. Verbruggen's not a bad shout either, is he? Yeah, Brighton. I don't think there's too many Brighton players you could get it. I mean, Kelleher. Kelleher's not done badly. But again, if you pick Kelleher, then you can't have Thiago, you can't have Coyote, you can't have Jordan Henderson, you can't have Damsgaard or Schade. Sarah, is Ruthless the only Arsenal fan here? Tonight, I think he might be. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. Maddow says, I'm picking Alisson 100%. Alisson 100%. Okay. Well, once we've agreed on those 4, I think Raya, Riffs and Pickford seems right. Then we need another goalkeeper. Timbo, hello, Mr. Thomas. Those O'Reilly goals hit like crack. I'd go Raya, says Creed. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, right? Let's put a little poll on the. Let's put a poll on, and what we'll do is we'll go. Who's your goalkeeper pick? And you guys in the chat can pick it. Petrovic is not another bad shout, yeah? Who is your goalkeeper team of the season pick? Right, so if we go Raya, Roofs, Pickford. We haven't really agreed a 4th, right? We haven't really agreed that 4th. Robert Sanchez. Leeds goalkeeper's been decent too. Which one? Because the guy who they started the season off with was dreadful, wasn't he? Darlow's done alright since he's come in. Can't go Raya, then you can't have Gabriel. Yeah, that's it. This is why it gets difficult. Timbo says Donnarumma. Harry says Lamans. Yeah, Lamans has been decent, but again, if you pick Lamans, then that rules out Cunha. It rules out Mbermo. It rules out Casemiro. There's always been a fair few good United players as well. So this is the trick. This is where the trade-off gets a little bit intense. When you actually sit down, you need a pen and paper, and you're like, crap. Okay, well, I need to move him out so I can get someone else in. And it's about coming up with the best possible lineup you can get to. Get Roofs in there then. Right, hang on a second. Let's get this to the vote, right? Roofs, Lamans, Pickford, definitely Roofs. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go Roofs, Raya, Pickford, and Lamans, right? I'll put it in. There's the poll. Get voting. If you want to vote as well, get over to the main platform. You know where it is, the red play button. Get over there, and you can vote, and you can let me know who you think it should be. But let's do our goalkeeper position first. Our goalkeeper position is going to be between Raya, Roofs, Pickford, and Lamans. We'll give it a couple of minutes. Everyone in the chat, get your votes in. I want to know who you think it's going to be, and then we'll lock it in. Yellow card in the Castellón game. Still no shots on target in this one so far. Timbo, I've migrated. Good lad. Good lad. G. Lawrence, is this for team of the season? It is team of the season, mate. But it's team of the season with a twist. Team of the season with a twist. You can only pick one player per team. So we're going through it position by position. The chat is choosing each player, and then we're going to add it and lock it in. So far, in fact, let me get the lineup builder on screen. Let's just do that. Hang on a second. Right, so if I turn that, Hang on a second. Is that going to come on now? Don't know if that's actually coming on. Why would I hide, sir? Liverpool are rubbish with us. Oh, come on. Why is that not showing? That's so annoying. Right, okay. Ethan, what are we watching? Well, we're watching Castellón against Cultural Leonesa while we do our Premier League team of the season. Okay. Let me get this going. Because for whatever reason, it now isn't even showing up. That's so annoying. Right, perfect. There you go. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Okay, right. So if we go back to Roofs is winning. Right, we're gonna go with Roofs. Let's go Roofs. Roofs is locked in. That means we have no other option. Nobody else from Sunderland, right? Nobody else from Sunderland. Robin Roofs is locked in. Robin Roofs is our goalkeeper for Team of the Year. Okay, fantastic. Vote is tied. Was it tied? Was it tied? Oh my god, it is tied. Oh, that sucks. 35% Roofs and Pickford. Oh god. I think because you've got to get Xhaka in there, haven't you? Oh, I can't believe we've not got a clear winner. Can somebody please vote? Can somebody please vote and pick a winner? Has it changed again? It's between Roofs and Pickford. It's dropped out. It's now all Pickford. Okay, right. Jordan Pickford in goal. Right, so we've only got Pickford in goal now. Pickford is the new number one. Right, we're gonna go Jordan Pickford. We're gonna go Jordan Pickford. Right. Why has that done that? That's so annoying. Right, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that. Jordan Pickford. And then right backs. Right, so right backs. Let's end that poll. We've already gone with Pickford. Right backs. Give me some right back suggestions. Who would be in your right back team of the season? Right back team of the season. Who is your Premier League team of the season right back? Clayton says Pickford reached 100 clean sheets this past weekend. Wow. Nice. Okay. Ollie says right back's easy. Coyote, Munoz, Timber. What about Mukiele? Mukiele maybe get in there, or Gertruda from Sunderland. I mean, we've not gone for Roofs now, so Munoz wouldn't be a bad shout maybe. B. McCannon, how's it going, lad? Long time since I've been on How's Things. Very good, mate. How's things with you? Long time since Villa won. That's probably why you've not been on. But got to win this weekend. Good lad. Reece James. Another one. Is Reece James the best that we can pick from Chelsea? Okay. Reece James. James, Munoz, Coyote and Timber. Is Reece James the best that Chelsea have to offer? Because that's the question. You can't put Timber in and then you get rid of Gabriel or Saliba. You can't put... Well, Munoz may be the best of Palace. Maybe. This season. Coyote may be the best of Brentford. Timber, James. What are we saying? Chris says Nunes. Yeah, I mean, Nunes is very good. MUFC says, is Juve at West Ham a right back? No, Juve's a left back. We'll move on to Juve. I'm sure Juve will come up in the left back shout. James, hello Key, I'm a Leeds fan. But hear me out. I think you get the Champions League. I have a weird feeling. Hey, well, let's hope so, mate. I really hope so. I really hope so. Being a an emotional wreck for the most of us. You should have caught us by now. I still don't think we will, mate. I think Liverpool might just scrape 5th at the minute. Nixie, I think I've missed something with the challenge. The challenge is team of the season, but you can only pick one player per club. That is the challenge. That's why it's so difficult. So you can't just pick the best player. That's not what we're doing. We're doing team of the season, one player per club. So if you pick Timber, who's had a very good season, then you're ruling out everyone else at Arsenal. No Rice, no Saliba, no Gabriel, no David Raya, no whatever. Right? So we need to have a think about how we're going to approach this. Right? So right backs. Munoz, Coyote, Timber and James. They seem to be the ones that you're going for. So let's create another poll. Let's put that to the test. Who is your right back pick? Your right back pick, is it James, Timber, Coyote, or Munoz? Remember, once you've locked it in, that means that club is wiped out. We can't use any other player from that club. So is it Reece James from Chelsea? Is it Jurriën Timber from Arsenal? Is it Coyote from Brentford? Or is it Munoz from Palace? Which right back are you going to pick? Munoz probably has to be in then. Nunes was very good for City, but again, is Nunes the best player for City this year? I'm not sure. I think O'Reilly might well feature in this as well at left back. O'Reilly might have a shout for City Player of the Year so far. Brum's gone as Arsenal's whole back 5 are straight in. I think you've missed the point of the task, mate. Right, what else are we saying in the chat? Sorry. Ruthless Vieira, can we change it at the end? Well, we can have a look at it. Let's have a look at it and we can see what... It usually gets a lot clearer. Once you get to the very end of the test, you can then look back and go, ooh, well, we could have changed him out for him and them out for them, and actually it makes it look a whole lot better. But you've got to go through the process to get to that. Timbo says, Julius, that makes it more difficult with no Gay or Semenyo. Well, no, you listen, Gay and Semenyo are City players, right? So if you pick Gay, he's City wiped out. You can't have Gay for Palace and Semenyo for Bournemouth and then Haaland for City. That's not working. You can't do that. You can't do that. Andrew, hello, mate. How's your day been? Very good, mate. How's yours? Timbo says Reece James is the best Chelsea player, so we should put him in. Make a case. This is the other thing. Listen, you've got to make your case in the comments as well. Sway people if you can. So far, Reece James is winning quite comfortably. Reece James and Munoz seem to be the two that most people are going for. So I think we'll lock it in. I think it's going to be Pickford and Reece James. So we're all English so far. Pickford in goal, Reece James. So Chelsea and Everton gone. Everton are out. Chelsea out. No more from those clubs. Okay? Now we go on to the centre-backs. We're playing 4-3-3. I think we lock it in at 4-3-3 because, to be honest, that's what most teams are playing at the minute. So we'll stick with 4-3-3. Centre-backs. There's 4 that stand out to me that aren't... Yeah, I think... We've got to decide first off, is it Gabriel or is it Saliba? We have to decide, is it Gabriel or is it Saliba? Because I'm assuming everyone is on board with one of those goes in. Does one of those go in? Or do you want to put Rice in and we pick none of them? Or are you slightly pushing for Gyökeres? Bit sick, but other than that, doing all right, mate. Everyone's feeling a bit poorly at the minute, mate. Hope you feel better soon. Chow from Newcastle's underrated. Yeah, not a bad shout. Chow's not a bad one. Chow, Gabriel and Chow. Timbo says the Battle of Caicedo versus Rice was won by Reece James twice in the league games. That's the only case I need to make. Welshwing says, have you lot gone mad? Listen, the poll results are there, mate. Munoz wasn't far behind. Timber wasn't far behind, but it's Reece James in there. Welsh. I think Welsh. You've missed the earlier caveat that there has to be one player per club. That's the challenge here. The challenge we've gone Pickford not because we think he's the best keeper in the league, but because we're trying to save other clubs for down in the other parts of the formation. If that makes sense. That's why it's a difficult challenge. That's why it's so difficult. Chow is massively overrated, says Foxy. Ballard's a very good shout. Is Ballard better than Siddiqui? Is he better than Xhaka? I think surely if we're having a Sunderland player in, most people have gone with Granit Xhaka as their signing of the season, their player of the season. Surely it's Xhaka for Sunderland. If you're picking anyone, I would have surely gone with Xhaka. Steve O says Declan is Arsenal's best player, but no team beats Arsenal with the duo back. Has to be an exception. Yeah, this is it. Bruno Fernandes, I'm sure United fans will be arguing strongly for Bruno Fernandes. But has Casemiro actually been the more influential player in their sort of rise up the table? Casemiro's been brilliant for them recently, hasn't he? I think you've got to argue Casemiro's been incredible. The Arsehole says, just talking about Pickford, how come no clubs have come in for him? Does he want medals? Evidently not. I think for Pickford, he's always been more expensive than other clubs are willing to pay for him. Like he's a very good goalkeeper, but I don't think he's ever anything more than just like a steady Eddie. He's better than Robert Sanchez, and someone like Chelsea I would have thought would have gone in for Pickford. I thought United would have done long ago. But he's got a mistake in him. Legend FK, how's it going? Right, we need centre-backs. We need centre-backs. Who are the centre-backs we're going for? I think Lacroix deserves a shout. I think Senesi deserves a shout. I think we have to decide on Gabriel or Saliba. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. Are we going to go Gabriel and Saliba? Are we going Gabriel and Saliba? Let's have a look. Right, so here's the poll. Right, I need you to let me know in the chat who we're going for. Are we going with Gabriel, Saliba, or neither? That's the poll question there. We need to choose one. We need to choose whether it's Saliba, Gabriel, or do we get rid of either centre-back and we go with maybe Declan Rice, who's got every chance of being Premier League Player of the Year, by the way. So a lot of people don't like Gabriel for his play acting, his antics. Good defender though he is, he has also got a mistake in him. Saliba, maybe a little bit less extravagant, maybe doesn't score the goals, doesn't get as many headlines, but he's got that he uses a bit more class, doesn't he? He's a bit more of a Rolls Royce Saliba, I feel like. I don't believe Saliba's as good as Gabriel, but he's a solid like 8 out of 10 most weeks, isn't he? Whereas Gabriel's either like 9, 10 out of 10 or like a 6 or a 5. He's a bit Dejan Lovren. But lots better. Timbo, the midfield alternatives are way better than the centre-back alternatives, so get Gabriel in. Okay, Gabriel's winning. Gabriel is winning. Okay, fine. It's a landslide. It's a landslide. Creed says no, Rice is criminal. It is criminal, but listen, it is what it is. We've got to pick one. That's the rules. Them's the breaks. So Gabriel is getting locked in and Arsenal have gone. There is no Arsenal now in the team of the year. No Arsenal player other than Gabriel in the team of the year. There you go. We've got him. We've got him locked in. Now we need the other centre-backs. So, other centre-backs in the league who need looking at. Let's put that poll together. So, who partners Gabriel at centre-back? And we'll go Malik Chow seems to be one answer. Lacroix at Palace is another one. Senesi at Bournemouth. And who else? Any other shouts for centre-back? What about Van Hecker? Yeah, Van Hecker's probably not a bad shout either. There you go. There are your 4. Murillo at Forest. Ooh, Murillo's not a bad one. Konza. That's not a bad shout. Creed, no Van Dijk. Konza, yeah, Konza. You know what? I take it all back. Maybe we've gone wrong. Maybe we've gone early. Senesi is actually the highest rating centre-back in the league. I thought that one would be a much better, a much easier choice, to be honest. Senesi is literally, I think he's got the best, the most progressive, sorry, let me get this right. The most successful progressive passes of any centre-back in the league. Like, he's the best at carrying the ball out by a mile, has been last season as well. Obviously on a free contract at the end of the season, free transfer, Barcelona looking at him. So Senesi could be one. Konza is a big shout though. Konza is a big shout. If you don't like those, don't vote and we'll put it up again. We'll put the winner versus Konza and Murillo. But yeah, if you put Murillo in there, you can't have Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson's been different class. So who are we saying? Timbo, I don't rate Konza, me. Yeah, I'm not mad on Konza. I'm not mad on Chow, though, either, to be honest. I don't curse this key, all jokes aside. Do you think Arsenal can win the league? Of course they can win it. Yeah, of course they can. Raya didn't play yesterday. If he had, it wouldn't matter. City were just better. Still 0-0 in Valencia. Castellón 0. Cultural Leonesa 0. Lots of cards for Cultural Leonesa. They just seem to be kicking everything above grass, to be honest. Okay, let's see what the poll says. 60% have gone Malik Chow. Right, so now it's maybe a little bit unfair, but we're going to say, because we've got so many centre-back options, who partners Gabriel at centre-back? Is it Chow, Konza? In fact, we'll just do those two. We can put Murillo in there, bugger it. We'll put Murillo in there as well. But there you go, start poll. Centre-back options, Konza, Murillo, or Chow. Chow has just won the first test. Let's see if he gets the next one. Esri, Konza. Perry, what are you watching? We're watching Cultural Leonesa away at Castellón in the Spanish second division. But we are currently doing our team of the season. Premier League Dad team of the season with a twist. You can only pick one player per club. And we're going through it now with the Premier League Dad community live. These guys are building our team of the season. So far, we've gone Jordan Pickford, which locks out Everton. No more Everton players in there. Reece James at right back. It's a big shout, given that Chelsea, lots of good players. Caicedo's had a decent season. Enzo Fernandez has had a decent season. João Pedro's had a decent season. But they're all gone. Reece James at right back. Gabriel at centre back. And now it's a straight shot between Malik Chow, Konza, and Murillo, and so far looks like it's going to be Malik Chow. So it might well be Malik Chow going in at centre-back. And there you go, Newcastle locked out. Okie dokie. Reggie, Reece James hasn't even been playing right back though. Listen, I don't make the rules. He is a right back by trade. He has moved into centre mid a couple of times this season. But that said, I think if we're picking a right back, he's certainly been picked for England as probably the right back as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Taylor, what time's kickoff? Kickoff is now. It's on. It's 32 minutes in, mate. 32 minutes in. What channel? You can watch it on a multitude of channels. It's on DAZN, but it's also on a number of prediction apps if you've got them. You'd have to find the specific one because I can't say it on here. Right. So Chow seems to have won that one. Let's end that poll. Now we'll go on to left back. We're not just going to fly through this, by the way. When it gets to half-time in this game, we'll have a little break. We'll do a quiz. We'll take some questions and we'll just generally have a little bit of a chit-chat. And then we'll carry on in the second half, okay? So, left backs. Left backs. Perry, how do you vote? If you want to vote, mate, if you want to be part of the vote, you need to head over to our main platform, which is the red play button. Search Key Thomas, Premier League Dad, and you'll be able to vote and you'll be able to get involved and see the show as we normally do it every single day. Left backs. What are we saying? Foxy says Murillo, Konza and Van Hecker all better with defensive duels this season. Chow better on the ball. Our defence is a disaster with him in it. Mistakes galore. Crazy. I think Konza wouldn't have been a bad shout, mate, but the Premier League Dad community has spoken. Van Hecker's been very good too. But again, I think there's maybe other Brighton players you could look at. Because honestly, once we start knocking out those big teams that you can't include, Welbeck might be a possibility. Dorgu. Okay, Dorgu, has he played left back? Really? I mean, I guess we've got Reece James in there. It's a very attacking one, but I think O'Reilly, maybe Malik Diouf from West Ham. O'Reilly, Diouf, Dorgu, anybody else? Any others? Cucurella. Cucurella's had a good season, but we can't have him because of Reece James. So, Dorgu, Man United, Diouf, West Ham, O'Reilly at City. Any others? Do we dare pick O'Reilly and leave out Haaland? This is it. This is it. You pick O'Reilly, you can't then have Haaland. This is where it gets the big decisions. This is where big decisions and big calls have to be made. Martson, Lewis Hall. See, this is it. We've put Chow in there. Now we left out Lewis Hall. I think Lewis Hall would have been a great shout for left back. Fabulous shout for left back. So we could, if people want to, go back. But let's do that at the end. And we can maybe put it as an optional switch in. Truffert from Bournemouth's another one, yeah. Truffert's had a very decent season. Haaland has been poor this year. He has had a bit of a drop-off, hasn't he? He's definitely had a bit of a drop-off. Kadioglu. Kadioglu. That's a great shout. Yeah, Kadioglu at Bournemouth. At Brighton's been fantastic. Okay. Disaster class by the people. Luca Dean. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Given that we can't have Lewis Hall, let me create another poll now, and we will put 4 more options in. Who is your left back? And it's going to be these 4. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to combine the last 2 because I can only have a maximum of 4 options. I'm going to combine the last 2. If you vote one of the last 2, then what we'll do is we'll do an extra poll on those 2. But there you go. The last 4 for left back is going to be between Dorgu, O'Reilly, Malik Diouf of West Ham, and then Kadioglu and Truffert. Remember, if you pick one of them, that locks that club out. Paul Malone, mate, are those genuine shirts behind you? They are indeed. Yeah, of course they are. Not the blag ones. None of that stuff. Proper, genuine. Genuine. I've been approached to do that, to get sponsored by the... Do you know, all the blag footy shirts? Because obviously I do all my streams with footy shirts behind me. They all... I've had like messages saying, you know, will you put in 8% off for, you know, you can sponsor and we'll send you some shirts and stuff. Nah, you're all right. You're all right. Nothing wrong with it, but I not for me. I can't have fake shirts. Masson, what game is on, bro? It's Castellón against Cultural Leonesa in the Spanish second division. Currently 0-0. It's just been a lot of... It's been a lot of kicking, to be honest. It's been like a proper Sunday league game. Both of these sides are really, really poor. Like, really, really poor. They've not won. Cultural Leonesa are rock bottom of La Liga 2. They haven't won since December. And Castellón, who are managed by Pablo Hernandez, former Leeds and Swansea legend. Pablo Hernandez hoping to take Castellón up. They're just outside the playoffs in La Liga 2. They haven't won in their last 3 either. So they're both teams... Not even just not won. He's lost. They've lost their last 3. So they're all struggling, both teams. And there's been about 6 yellow cards. 6 red cards. The game would be over. Right. What's the poll saying? Let's go to the poll. Oh my God, we've got a deadlock. We've got a deadlock between Nico O'Reilly and Malik Diouf. So we might have to flip a coin. We might have to flip a coin here. Let me get me coin. Got a coin here somewhere, I think. I've got a coin in here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's a euro. Hey, check that out. Right, I've got a euro. So we're going to flip a coin unless there's been a change. Oh, there has. There has. We don't need the lucky coin. There's been a change. Nico O'Reilly has shot into the lead. So it's going to be O'Reilly, which means the big breaking news. Straight off the back of him scoring 2 against Arsenal, Manchester City are locked out, which means Erling Haaland doesn't make it into the Premier League Dad Team of the Year. The Premier League top scorer is locked out. There you go. Nico O'Reilly, left back. So far, our team looks like Pickford, Reece James, Gabriel, Chow and O'Reilly. Make of that what you will. Colour King, dude, you don't need to spam, mate. You don't need to spam. Come on, don't be spamming. All you're doing is letting everybody else know that your comment is more important than theirs. You don't need to do that. Yeah, we'll just move people on who are spamming. That's not very nice. You don't need to do that. Right, okay, now we're on to centre mids. And well, let's go this way, right? So... There's centre mids, there's CDMs, there's number 10s, centre attacking midfielders, let's call them. There's 3 different types of midfielders in there, isn't there? And I think we have to be very clear on what we are and are not picking. So, why don't we concentrate initially on CDMs? Let's concentrate on deep lying, players who can play in that sort of sitting position just in front of the defence. What do we think? Julius, what's the formation? I've gone 4-3-3. I have gone 4-3-3, okay? So, I'm going to go with a CDM, a centre mid, and an attacking mid, right? That's what I'm going to have in there. And we can fight it out amongst ourselves who goes where, right? And once it's finished, we can look back and we can pick which players we want to swap out. CDM, give me some names for CDM. Tyler, do you follow the EFL? If so, who do you think's getting the playoffs in League One? I do, mate. I do follow League One. We were doing some League One in a few days' time. Actually, I think it's League One. It's this weekend, isn't it? League One. Yeah, we're doing League One this weekend. We're doing League 2 as well. Harrogate against Notts County. So I'll be live for both of them. But who do I think's going up in League One? I think you can't really look past Lincoln and Cardiff at the top. After that, I mean, it's a bit tight, isn't it? Same as everywhere else. I thought Plymouth might be an absolute shoo-in, but they've fallen away a little bit recently. I'll go Lincoln and Cardiff for sure. I'd like to see Bolton. I'd love to see Bradford, actually. Bolton and Bradford, I'd love to see come back up to the Championship. So I'll go Bolton. We'll go Bolton. Lincoln, Cardiff and Bolton would be a great bit of success. I think Argyle have a good shout considering our run. We've won 7 out of our last 9. Yeah, I mean, like, recent form, but, like, when you came down, you was, like, terrible for a while, wasn't it? The start of the season, around Christmas time, it was all a bit mad, wasn't it? Felt like you were losing. I remember seeing, what's his name, Pieface kicking off majorly about it. Right, Kamara, Wharton, Casemiro, Garner, Elliot Anderson, yeah. Anderson, what about Stack? What about Stack? No debate with Xhaka, he deserves it, and I hate Sunderland. Xhaka at CDM. Let's go. I'll tell you what. Let's go those. What about them? Let's have a go. So, let's get a poll going, and we will go with who is your CDM? Is it Xhaka, Anderson? We could maybe put Anderson at centre mid, so we can maybe. There's some players who skirt the lines, don't they, of both? So we can maybe do both, but we'll go Xhaka, Anderson, Stack, Casemiro, and let's go with those four to start with. I think James Garner we can include at centre mid. Elliot Anderson we can include at centre mid as well. So there's still options there. I mean, we can't have James Garner anyway because we've already got Pickford. So Garner's out, actually. Garner is out. Timbo, no need for Stack when we're putting DCL up front. James Garner would have been a shout if Pickford wasn't picked, yeah. Oh, Wharton, of course, sorry. Wharton's another one we could probably throw in at centre mid. So forget Garner. Wharton's an option, of course. Rice is now out, obviously. Bruno Guimaraes is now out. So we're really looking at blowing our wad early on Gabriel and O'Reilly for Arsenal and City there, not going to lie. Xhaka's winning on name value, been rubbish since Christmas, says Reggie. The midfield three should be Bruno, Rice and Anderson. Kamara. Of course, Kamara, Perry. Kamara's not a bad shout. Nobody's gone for Stack. It feels like Xhaka's the obvious one. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's lock Xhaka in at Sunderland. Because I think most people would agree he has probably been the player of the season, maybe the signing of the season, right? So we'll lock Xhaka in because he's an absolute landslide at the minute. Then we need to agree our centre mid. So who is your centre mid? And we'll go Wharton, Anderson. Who else have we got that hasn't been picked? Kamara. Wharton, Anderson, Kamara. Maybe Szoboszlai. Maybe Szoboszlai at that point. There you go. Let's try that. Let's try Wharton, Anderson. Wharton, Anderson, Kamara and Szoboszlai. We'll throw those in. Xhaka works hard, something certain players this season have done. C. Wheatley, Xhaka, captain, leader, legend. Xhaka, a workhorse. Tate, how's it going? I've got to pick Matthias Mane from Wolves. And Timbo, maybe we don't pick Szoboszlai then if we don't have Haaland to pick up front. John McGinn's been different class for Villa as well. John McGinn's definitely been different class for Villa. Anderson seems to be winning. Well, Szoboszlai level pegging at the minute. Anderson or Szoboszlai in the poll. Not Pab says, is Rice already in? If so, Szoboszlai. No, so the challenge is, mate, that it has to be one player per team, right? Has to be one player per team. So once you've picked Gabriel, which we did, we've gone Pickford, Reece James, Gabriel, Chow, O'Reilly, and now Xhaka, right? I've put it to the people. The people have had their say, and they have gone with, overwhelmingly, those names. Which means, because we went Gabriel, we now can't have Rice. Because we went O'Reilly, we now can't have Haaland. Because we went Chow, we couldn't have Hall. We've had Xhaka, and now it looks like Elliot Anderson is joining him in that midfield area. So now we move on to the number 10. Put your edge cases down. We will go back through the team at the end and we'll assess, and we might be able to tweak and move some around before we totally lock it in. But now let's have a look at our number 10 options. Number 10 options has to be, I think, Bruno Fernandes. I think Morgan Rogers. This is where it gets a bit messy. Bruno Fernandes, Morgan Rogers, Cherky. I think, you can't put Cherky in, actually. We can't even put Cherky in because O'Reilly's gone. So it's Bruno Fernandes, Morgan Rogers, Szoboszlai or Wirtz. We could have one of those, couldn't we? Both of those have played at number 10 for Liverpool. Wirtz has created more chances from open play than any other Premier League player. I will just reinforce that point. Bruno Fernandes has had a very good year in terms of assists. But, Wirtz is creating more chances from open play. So let's just reinforce that. But Bruno Fernandes, Szoboszlai, Rogers, Wirtz, maybe those are the only ones. I'm trying to think of any others maybe that are worth mentioning in there. Rogers, this is the easiest pick of the whole thing. Bruno Fernandes easily, says Timbo. Bruno Fernandes is the only acceptable pick. The poll shouldn't be needed. Creed says Rogers, get Cunha on the left wing. Joe says Harry Wilson should be in there. Harry Wilson would be off the wing, wouldn't he? Harry Wilson plays usually off the right, sometimes off the left, but generally speaking, he plays off the right. So we have got a decision to make. So who is your centre attacking mid? Is it Bruno Fernandes? Is it Morgan Rogers? Is it Szoboszlai / Wirtz? And has anybody else got any other options? Any others that maybe we should have put in? Any others that maybe we've not mentioned that could be worth a look? Ryan, Minter. Let's just go with those. Let's go with those for now, right? Let's see, because we need to have a conversation, right? So, who is your centre attacking mid in the Premier League Team of the Year? Snooch, how is that even a debate? Because if you pick one, then you can't pick anyone else, and there's a lot of other players who've played really well for those teams this season. So we've got to weigh it all up. Timbo, no disrespect to Wirtz, but I don't think even Wirtz himself would say he's been better than Bruno. Just put Bruno down 4 times. Did I put Szoboszlai in twice? I haven't, have I? Well, I'm just trying to give people a balanced choice. Julius says Wirtz. It's looking like a bit of a landslide. We'll give it another couple of minutes just to see if people want to change their mind. Szoboszlai, very, very close, but I actually thought Morgan Rogers would maybe be up there, but no, it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno goes in. So now we are on to our front three. We're on to our front three. And we've still got some big teams left in there that haven't been looked at. We could maybe include Morgan Rogers as part of that front three. So let's have a look and see for our front three. Let's go right wing. So right wing options would be Semenyo. Can't have Illiman and Dye. We can't have Mbermo. But we can have Semenyo. We can have Jared Bowen. We can't have Semenyo now, actually, can we? We can't have Semenyo. It's just Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen. Any other right wingers? Harry Wilson. Bowen, Wilson. Wilson's probably up there, isn't he? Do you think Bowen or Wilson? Harry Wilson, yeah. Can't have Semenyo. Can't have Semenyo. It is half-time in Valencia, by the way. Castellón. Castellón, 0. Cultural Leonesa, 0. Bowen's been carrying West Ham. Zach, I feel we're pushing it a bit with La Liga too. Mate, you weren't here in the days of the Latvian League. And the what was the other one? What was it called? Was it the Trinity Cup? No. What was it called? Oh, and it was Jamaica against Trinidad or something like that. Oh, I can't remember it. Should be Semenyo 1,000,000%, but y'all picked O'Reilly for some odd reason. Timbo actually forgot about Bowen. That is difficult between Bowen and Wilson. Cunha's off the left, and we can't have Cunha because he's Man United. So we've already ruled out Man United. We could still have Gakpo. Gakpo is still an option if we want. Should we just put Gakpo in for the laugh? Let's get Gakpo in for the laugh. But it is looking like it's between Harry Wilson, Bowen, and maybe, yeah. Yeah. We'll go. I'll tell you what we'll do, because we're really stretched on wingers. We'll just put a poll together. We need to pick two. The top two get it. Who are your wingers? Right. So we'll go Wilson, Bowen. Rodgers is still in there because of the fact that we haven't picked a Villa player yet. Wilson, Bowen, Rodgers, and can anyone else think of any other wingers who might be worth looking at? Other very, very talented wingers in the Premier League who we haven't yet picked for any clubs. Can't have Mbermo. Could maybe have looked at... Oh, it's so tough, innit? Minter. Minter's been a bit meh. Sharda. Sharda's been okay, hasn't he? Sharda's been alright. Yeah, Kevin Sharda's okay. We could maybe throw Sharda in there. Ouattara or Sharda. Who's been better, Ouattara or Sharda? Tell you what, we'll throw it in anyway. We'll have Ouattara and Sharda. Right, there you go. Let's put that to the poll. We need two. We need two of those four. Wilson, Bowen, Rodgers, and then Ouattara or Sharda. They are your four options, really. And the top two will get in. We have to put Kudus in. See, Kudus hasn't been playing enough. How many games has Kudus actually played? Legend FK, those are our options. They sadly, yes, they are our options. They are our options. We could do a bench. I mean, we're going to have to do a bench after this. This is where it then gets tricky because there's still a lot of other Premier League teams we can maybe build a bench with as well. Ekatike isn't getting in over Thiago. That's it. So there's no Liverpool player. This is what we're actually saying. Oxford fan, take it easy, mate. See you soon. Coventry had beat this team. So far, it's looking like Wilson and Bowen. Maybe a tie with Rodgers. Could be Wilson and Morgan Rodgers. Possibly Wilson and Morgan Rodgers. Every chance. Right. So, Reece James was in there, and then it was Gabriel for centre-back, and alongside him we went with Malik Chow, bizarrely. Left-back, we went with O'Reilly, young Nico O'Reilly. Midfield, we've gone with Anderson, Xhaka, and Bruno Fernandes. And then now we're looking at front three of Harry Wilson, Jared Bowen. It's fair enough. I like it. Jared Bowen. Has Jared Bowen really had that good of a year? Has Jared Bowen had that good of a year that you'd put him in over Morgan Rodgers? Hey, listen, that's your votes. I mean, it's mad to me, but fair play. That's what the chat's gone for. And then I guess the centre forward options then become quite easy, really, because it's going to be between Thiago. It's going to be between Thiago Bowen, no, he's been better in the past. I can't understand that, to be honest. Johnny, how's it going, lads? I think it's going to be between Thiago and then we're looking at any other centre-forward options, really. João Pedro, Haaland, all the ones. Welbeck. It's going to be Thiago, Welbeck or Ekatike, isn't it? That's our options right now. Is it even worth doing the poll? Who is your centre-forward? Has anyone got any others they want to put in there? Who is your centre-forward? There you go. That's your poll. Oh, DCL. Oh, we could have put DCL in there. We could have gone Dominic Calvert-Lewin, couldn't we? Can't believe we've left him out. There's still a bench to be made. We can do a bench. Let's do a bench. Yeah, Igor Thiago landslide here. It's an absolute landslide. So, with that said, that's our team, folks. That is our team right there. I don't really know what to say. Premier League Dad team of the season, as picked by the wonderful, intelligent Premier League Dad community. I think there's a fair few we can knock out there, but let's go with him. Let's go with him. That's the team. That is the team. Bowen, Thiago, and Wilson, which means we locked out West Ham, Brentford, and Fulham. So then you look at the teams that we didn't actually pick any players for. Not a single player for Liverpool. So we now need to build a bench. And if you can build a bench, I mean, Tottenham. We need a Tottenham player. Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, Burnley, Wolves, Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton. We didn't have a Brighton player either. Or Villa. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they are the 9 teams. So we didn't have. I mean, you'd imagine looking at that, you'd go, well, surely we need to put Morgan Rogers in there. We now need a goalkeeper. Foxy, trust me, Key, we do not need a Tottenham player. We don't need a Burnley player. I mean, we have 9 options to make a bench, right? And technically, you can have a bench with just 7, so we could just leave 2 out. But we need to get a goalkeeper. Who's the best goalkeeper out of Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, Burnley, Wolves, Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton and Villa? Verbruggen? Do you put Verbruggen in there? Or Petrovic? I think, listen, let's get the ones out of the way that we really do want on our bench. Surely we want Rodgers. Surely we want maybe Ekatike, right? Or Ekatike, Van Dijk, Szoboszlai. Any of them stand out? You're not putting Van Dijk in a team of the season, are you? Surely it's Szoboszlai, innit? So it's Sobo and Rodgers. Are we happy enough with that? Is everyone agreed? Dubravka, Vicario, Emi Martinez. Is Emi Martinez better than Rodgers on the bench? Legend FK, what about Everton? We had Pickford. Yeah, we had Jordan Pickford. So the team of the season's on the screen there. Pickford, Reece James, Gabriel, Malik Chow, Nico O'Reilly, Anderson, Xhaka, Bruno Fernandes, Bowen, Igor Thiago and Harry Wilson. That is our Premier League Dad team of the season. So, Dubravka is the easy Burnley pick. You wouldn't want anyone else from Burnley. Surely Szoboszlai. Kudus. Wharton from Palace. Yeah, I think Wharton from Palace is probably... What about Henderson, though? Henderson's a reliable keeper. I tell you what, we'll pick one. We'll pick a player from each team then, right? So Dubravka seems to be the obvious one for Burnley. What about Tottenham? Which Tottenham player stands out as Tottenham's player of the year? Given that we've already got Szoboszlai, Wharton and Rodgers on the bench. I mean, that would have made a very tidy midfield on its own, wouldn't it? Is it outrageous to say O'Reilly has been City's most consistent player? No, not at all. I genuinely think he has. He's been unreal. He's been phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. Archie Gray. Pickford, James. Then everyone's head went to Mars. Julius is saying Kudus. Kudus is not a bad attacking option, but is he player of the season for Spurs? What about Polina, or would you not want Romero in there? Romero at centre-back, or Van der Ven? Yeah, maybe Van der Ven. I think we need a centre-back, don't we? Then we're looking at Leeds. Any standouts for Leeds? What about someone like Goodmanson? Goodmanson, a good full-back option. Goodmanson's been very good for Leeds, hasn't he? He's been all right. What about Kolo Muani? Kolo Muani's not bad. Kolo Muani's not a bad shout, absolutely. Luke says, I thought you wanted to sell Szoboszlai because you don't like his hair. No, he's changed his hair now, so I like him again. La Liga 2, bruh, anything but being with your family. Mate, this is my job. This is my job. So I spend 2 hours with you guys. Most people spend like 9 hours in an office. I spend 2 hours with you guys. I like it. It's good fun. I spent all day with my little girl and my wife. It's all good. Strike, Richarlison. There's not a better right winger this season than Semenyo, and I'd love to see someone try and argue that. Stack, yeah. No, listen, I agree. I agree. Semenyo should be in there, but like what can I say? We absolutely screwed the pooch. I don't know. We screwed the pooch on it. We went O'Reilly. People voted. There was a vote. We went O'Reilly. Andy, what are we watching tonight? We are currently watching La Liga 2. Castellón against Cultural Leonesa in La Liga 2. It's currently 0-0, half-time. Well, it's just finished, just kicked off for the second half again. 0-0 at half-time. There's not really been a whole lot of action in the game, apart from lots of yellow cards. There's been like 4 or 5 yellows. And it feels like Cultural Leonesa, bottom of the league, are just kicking everything above grass. So we're watching that. We've got that on in the background. But the challenge that we're doing tonight is we are trying to pick our Premier League team of the season whilst only picking one player from each club. And it's so tough. And when we actually look at the team that we've ended up with, everyone's like, I can't believe we've left him out. I can't believe we've left him out. But we've put every single one to a vote, and that is what we've ended up with. We've gone with Pickford in goal, Reece James, Gabriel, Malik Chow and Nico O'Reilly. Then it's Elliot Anderson, Xhaka, Bruno Fernandes. That's not a bad midfield. And the front three, I think, lets us down a little bit. Bowen, Igor Thiago, Harry Wilson. I don't mind Harry Wilson. I don't mind Igor Thiago. I'm not sure about Bowen over Morgan Rodgers, but it's not a bad shout. Okay, maybe we could swap Chow, O'Reilly, Bowen for Lacroix, Hall, Semenyo. Would that be better? Where are the Spurs players, this 3-star? Kudus in, Bowen out. Reggie says that team is absolutely abhorrent. Oh my God. Oh, who says we don't know ball? Who says we don't know ball? At this rate, he'll be watching the Samoa Island League. Hey, I'll go for the Samoa Island League. If that's all that's on, I'll happily watch it. Listen, I made a pledge, I made a promise that we'll watch a game a day. And that's what we're doing. I can't promise they're all classics, but we watch a game every single day on this channel. And we'll have a laugh and talk footy while it's at it. This is something slightly different. Where do you think is his best position? Where's Garnacho? No Rice. We couldn't put Rice in. It's one player per club, mate. One player per club. Strike! Oh, they finally took the lead. It's Castellón. I tell you what, Castellón have been knocking at the door for a while, but they finally took the lead. And it's Kamara. I think, is he just come on at half-time? Made a couple of subs at half-time. Might well have been in. Julia says, what's the game tomorrow, Key? The game tomorrow, it's a little bit more of a conventional one tomorrow. It's not going to be a bit manic like this one. This one's a bit all over the place tonight, but we're doing something a bit different. Tomorrow, we are looking at Gateshead and York City in the National League. There are other options. We have got other options, but as it stands, that's the one I'm watching. Oldham against Notts County in League 2 is another fascinating one. So I don't know whether to do Gateshead. I don't know whether to do Oldham, Notts County in League 2. Legend FK, I'm here for the stream. There's no chance I'd watch La Liga 2 division, 2nd division personally. Well, that's, hey, listen, your call, mate. I'm not, like, bowled over by it, but we do a game a day. We always watch a game a day. Oops. There you go. We're back on it. Sorry. Key'll even watch MLS if he's desperate enough. Deportes Tolima game has been an all-time classic tonight. That was one you was going to say. You was going to say watch that one, weren't you? How about Vicario? Can't argue that another goalkeeper's had more goal involvements. Fair enough. No Gyökeres, Garnacho and Saka is a war crime. And Jag says, I don't think you can watch Samoan Football League, even in Samoa. Right, so we need... Give me a Brighton player. Give me a Brighton player, just so we can finish this team off. Let's get this team finished off, and then we can start to make some alterations if we want. Give me a Leeds player. Give me some Leeds players that we can actually get worked into this team. Kepa. Stack is maybe the obvious one, but then we're a bit heavy on midfielders. Strike. Goodmanson. Yeah. Okay. What about a Wolves player? Someone said Mane earlier. Mane's not bad. Mane, the young lad, he's done okay, hasn't he? Welbeck. Yeah, we could probably do with Welbeck in there. And then a goalkeeper. We've already got Dubravka. So maybe we need... Any standouts for Bournemouth? What about Ryan? Should we put Ryan in for Bournemouth? Who's been their best player, do you think, this season? Senesi? Ryan? Evan Ilson? Truffert? Choose a manager too. Yeah, we need... Listen, with the manager, we can probably... We probably should have done that the opposite way, shouldn't we? Whichever team we leave, that's the manager. That's the manager. Kroupy. Yeah, Kroupy's a good shout. What about Kroupy? Let's get Kroupy in for Bournemouth. So there you go. So if we look at it now, it's maybe a better bench than it is a first team. The bench, we've got Dubravka in goal. We've got Goodmanson and Van der Ven. And then we've got Soberslai, Wharton, Rodgers, Kroupy and Welbeck. Those 9 men might beat our first 11. Those 9 genuinely might be better than our first 11. Ryan's only been there since January. Yeah, I know he has, I know. Igor Tudor for the manager. You were impressed with Diego Gomez the other day as well. Yeah, Diego Gomez has been I think he's done quite well for him since he's gone in. Legend FK, that Easter bird behind you could make this team. Manager has to be Pep. I'll tell you what, let's do a genuine manager of the season then, right? So manager of the year, we could do this one of two ways now, right? Let's shut that off, right? So manager of the year, who are the 4 main contenders then? If we was to go manager of the year, I think you'd be hard pushed to say anyone other than Keith Andrews, right? Surely we're saying Keith Andrews. If City managed to turn it round against Arsenal, then it's got to be Pep, I think. Or maybe... Does it? Maybe that's more like Arteta, worst manager ever. if Pep manages to knock him off, then it's surely Arteta's had a shocker. Moyes has done well, Reggie. Yeah, I like Moyes. Moyes is a good shout. Moyes is a good shout. Moyes, Andrews. Any other like standouts who we think has done really, really well? Arteta, Pep, Brentford manager, Sunderland manager, Regis Labris as well. Yeah, Regis has done quite well, hasn't he? Regis Labris has done all right. Unai Emery. Listen, yeah, do you know what? Unai Emery, as bad as Villa have been recently, I think you've got to give them credit for where they are in the league. Like, it's been a hell of a performance, hasn't it? For Unai Emery to actually have them where they are, I think that's been a great shout. It's been a brilliant shout. Carrick. Oh, yeah, listen, Carrick's a very fair shout. Moyes, Andrews, Regis Labris, Emery, Carrick. We can't have 5. One of them's got to go. Arteta, Moyes, Andrews, Carrick. I'll tell you what we'll do then. Here, let's do some sort of a poll to get like manager of the year nailed and locked in. Let's get that agreed. What manager of the year looks like. Let's agree that manager of the year we can pinch from any club. So let's go Moyes, Andrews, Labris, Carrick, Emery. Who else might be worth a shout for like manager of the year. Manager of the year. Surely there's been more than just that. There really hasn't, has there? Would Danny Farker be up for a shout? If Danny Farker manages to keep Leeds up, would he be maybe one for a shout? Oh, we'll go with that, right? Let's just have that, right? Let's just have that, and people can vote, and we can try and then get to some sort of an agreement on who should be who. Legend FK says Leeds are not going down. I wouldn't be so confident just yet, you know. Andrews at Brentford. Creed says that's the best I can conjure up. It's not easy, but that's the best I've got. Pickford, James, Konza, Murillo, Dorgu, Rice, Tonali, Soboslai, Semenyo, Thiago, Somerville. I don't know if your team's better than ours, mate. I really don't know if your team's better than ours. I'd be intrigued, actually, at the end of this, if people have got their pens and papers and have actually been jotting along and making their own team. I'd be intrigued to see what yours is. And we can compare it to the Premier League Dad community team, and we can actually play them off and see who we think would be the better ones. But I'm not sure yours would beat ours, mate. Rice, Tonali, Soboslai, midfield, fair enough. I don't mind that. It's not that much better than Xhaka, Anderson, Bruno, but probably okay. Front 3, Semenyo, Thiago, Somerville. Somerville slightly lets use down. I think Bowen's better than Somerville. Semenyo is better than Wilson, though. But then your back 4, James, Konza, Murillo, Dorgu. Dorgu at left back's a bit of a curveball. Dorgu over O'Reilly, no chance. I think Gabriel and Chiao is better than Konza and Murillo. And we've both got Reece James and Pickford. Legend FK says, I'm a Liverpool fan, but there are definitely worse sides than Leeds. Oh, comfortably worse sides. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt at all. Reggie says, it just is Arteta realistically, but I think Moyes, since the chat, won't vote Arteta out of spite. Well, hang on a minute. Let's make a case then, right? Why do you think it's Arteta? Why is Mikel Arteta manager of the year? Do you not have to take into account resources versus like almost expectation versus performance? Surely that's the ultimate metric for the manager, right? Surely if we're looking at what people expected versus what's actually happened, getting the best out of your resources available and what you've spent and all that stuff, I don't know how we can look past Keith Andrews. I really don't. I think Moyes, Regis Labris, Regis Labris to some extent. I think Carrick has had a much better effect. Emery spent a fair bit. He's still got him punching above their weight. Carrick spent a fair bit punching above their weight. He's done well since he's come in. I honestly think if I'm picking my personal manager of the year so far, it's Keith Andrews, and then it's honestly it's probably Moyes. Maybe not. Maybe Regis Labris. Maybe it's Andrews, Moyes, Labris. Guardiola and Arteta are basically where you'd expect them to be. Timbo says Pickford, James, Gabriel, Lacroix, Hall, Xhaka, Anderson, Bruno, Semenyo, Thiago, Wirtz. I hate to say it, but you've put I mean, listen, I don't mind that. I think there's gotta be. If you'd have put Wilson over Wirtz, I'd actually think that's a better team. And it's not because I think Wilson's better than Wirtz. I just think he's had a better season. But that's Timbo's team. I think is very good so far. Julius has gone Pickford, Munoz, Gabriel, Chow, Cucurella, Kudus. Gotta get Kudus in there, haven't you? Kudus, Wirtz, Rodgers. Mate, you can't have a midfield three of Kudus, Wirtz, and Rodgers. Is your team just not doing any defending? Is this why you predict every game to be like 7-6? Because you just have midfield three, don't need to defend. Just have them all number 10s. Wirtz, Rodgers, and we'll throw Kudus in there, even though he's much of a winger, to be honest. Keith Andrews, manager. Keith Andrews and Moyes are top. Emery, Arteta, and Pep are second, third. Let's reframe it then. Let's reframe it, because now we can rule some out. Now we can rule some out, because that was a process of elimination purpose. So let's go, who is your manager? And we'll go Emery, Moyes, Andrews, and then Pep or Arteta, right? So if someone seriously votes Pep or Arteta on that one, then fair enough. But I can't see it. Emery's season is extremely underrated. It is. No, I agree. It is very much. I absolutely agree. Legend FK says for defence, what about Lisandro Martinez? Has he played enough? How much footy has Lisandro Martinez really played? Timbo says, actually, I'd go 4-4-2. Diamond, Pickford, James, Gabriel, Lacroix, Hall, Xhaka, Anderson, Szoboszlai, Bruno, and then Thiago and Semenyo up front. Jabba, my manager is Moyes, is right. Is right. Claydon, what's the score in the Castellón game? It's 1-0, mate. It's 1-0. We've had one goal in the game and a shed load of yellow cards. Every time I've looked up, it just feels like the referee's been stopping the game for a card and another free kick. It's been a lot of free kicks and yellow cards. Reggie, you've talked the chat into Andrews. Well, no, this is just my opinion. Don't let me sway you. This is just my opinion. Horn Cable TV, why have you got a pen? Strange fella. Because we're doing our Premier League team of the season, that's what this stream's about, mate. So I'm jotting down with the chat some various answers and then I'm putting them into a poll. So I need a pen. Because my memory's not that good. Timbo, actually, I don't think Thiago is very good, to be honest. I think he's got Chris Wood all over him and he'll score about 5 next year. Creed, can't be having Haaland over Thiago. It's his first Premier League season. And he smashed 19 goals with a good few games to go for Brentford. Is that so? Okay, so is that not the exact same thing? By that same logic, you've gone with Thiago over Haaland because the expectation was that he would never do anywhere close to what he's done. He's got himself in the Brazil squad. Like, you know, he's playing for Brentford. It's his first year in the Prem. He's just come back off a massive injury. Expectations are that he was maybe going to do 10. And he's done like double that. It's the exact same logic with Andrews and Arteta for me. That's why Keith Andrews gets it over Arteta. That's why he gets it over Pep. That's why he gets it over Emery. As good as Emery has been, I think Emery, Moyes, Regis Labris would all be very close seconds. Haaland is wasteful so often these days, says Legend. And Anfield Vortex, a friend of mine has suggested Sebastian Hoeneß for next Liverpool manager. Your thoughts? Sebastian Hoeneß is a very good manager. I think if we were looking in the Bundesliga, Ilzer would be another one. Ilzer's he's an Austrian manager. He's currently manager of Hoffenheim. Used to manage Sturm Graz. They're having a decent season. There's those two really who are the standouts in the Bundesliga. There's a couple of others worth looking at. You could probably have a look at a few others in I mean, the Lens manager, I can't remember his name for the life of me. I know his name's Pierre. I can't remember his surname. Pierre, the Lens manager's having a decent year. He's only a young lad. I say young lad, he's older than me. But he's a young manager. Jabba Andrews has been class, exceeded expectations for sure. Keith Andrews, comfortable winner there. Yeah, comfortable winner. Pep and Arteta second. Moyes and Emery into third. Hey, and it's much closer now. It's levelled up. Christ, as soon as I look at it, everybody changes the vote. Legend FK, who does he currently manage? He's the Stuttgart manager, Legend FK. And they play very good football. I'm not sure if they play like high intensity, really high pressing football. It's not really that style from the stuff I've seen of Stuttgart. But they've got a couple of very, very tidy players. Everyone's been talking about Angelo Stiller. In real life, I support a crap team, so expectations means the most to me. Right, okay. Expectation is irrelevant, surely. It should just be who's been better as a player. Has it? I guess that's two different outlooks on it. I think player of the season and team of the season and manager of the season and all that stuff should be as much due to... Maybe not player of the season. Player of the season should be about who's been the best player. Manager of the season is about getting the most out. That's what a manager is, right? Manager is about getting the most out of what you're given. I think Keith Andrews has definitely got the most out of what he's been given. Is my opinion anyway. That's happy for people to disagree. Okay. Right, well we've got that's basically our team then. Has anyone else got a team that they want to share where they're up to? Reggie, is an ordinary draft who in the back five isn't an Arsenal player in your opinion, Key? If I was doing my actual team of the year, like my actual just normal team of the year, I would probably go with... See, it's so tough because David Raya has had a really good season and I think you'd have to pick him. Yeah, it's got to be Raya. I would put Coyote at right back. I think Coyote has been a difference maker for Brentford. Centre-back's fine. I'm not even going to try and fight you on the centre-backs. I don't think there's been any other centre-backs who could realistically hold a candle to those two. So I'd go Gabriel and Saliba. Left-back really would be O'Reilly, though. Left-back really, really would be O'Reilly. So that would be mine. Midfield three, if I can pick anyone. Again, so tough. So tough. I would probably go... I don't want to put Anderson in there. I really want to put Casemiro in. I think Casemiro's been incredible for them. But I can't put Xhaka and Casemiro in because we have two midfielders running like treacle all game. So I'd go Xhaka, Bruno, and I think Szoboszlai deserves a mention. So I'd go Xhaka, Bruno, Szoboszlai would be my midfield three. And then my front three would be... Probably, realistically, it would be Rodgers off the right. It would be Haaland. And then Semenyo. That would be mine. Yeah. There you go. So I'd go Raya, Coyote, Gabriel, Saliba, O'Reilly, Szoboszlai, Xhaka, Bruno, Rodgers, Haaland, Semenyo. That's mine. The Anfield Vortex says, my God, he could be Jurgen Klopp's son, Sebastian Hoeneß. And can he look alike? Even the baseball hat, he's the spitting image of Klopp. The thing is with Sebastian Hoeneß, a lot of German managers are like that. They all have, the tracksuit look with the cap on. Even Vincent Kompany, since he's gone there, he's kind of taking that approach as well. Timbo, Reggie, James and Hall. James, yeah, see, Hall at left back. Hall or O'Reilly. I find it difficult because I really like Lewis Hall. Raya, Gabriel and Saliba would be in probably. I also think Szoboszlai just has to be in there. Some absolutely outstanding free kicks. James has been playing CDM and Timper's class. Garner as well. Honestly, I feel like really disappointed to leave out the likes of James Garner because I think he deserves a massive shout for Everton. James Garner's been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Every time I've watched him, he's been like a proper player. A really, really good player. Julia says Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Spence, Kudus, Palhinha, Bergveld, Sarr, Tell, Richardson. Or Richarlison, sorry. Timbo Caicedo was better than any DM until December and Jan, but he's fallen off quite a bit, sadly. And Reggie, nobody sang his praises this season until he started playing in midfield. His best performances this year have been at CDM. Timber has locked up everyone at right back. Creed, I think following the rules, the best bet is to build a team around Szoboszlai because he's been Liverpool's only good player this season. Yeah, that's probably it, to be fair. Legend FK, except Hansi Flick. Don't expect a lot of smiles from him. Nah. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that was good fun. I enjoyed. It took us a little bit longer than I imagined. It took us a little bit longer. But that is our team. Dare I put it back on the screen? That is our team. That is our Premier League Dad team of the season. Listen, I've enjoyed putting it together. I didn't think it would look like that. 3-star says, careful chat, Key is picking our brain so we can go on a winning title run in the last 7 games of Premier League Dad FPL. You must be joking me. I don't think I can turn it round now. I've absolutely squandered it. Luke says Wirtz has been unbelievable. I've been informed. Well, you shouldn't have to be informed because if you watched Liverpool games as well as your own team, mate, you'd know that he's been unbelievable. Timbo, we should have done a 4-4-2 diamond, really. Yeah, it's the format that's the problem, but that's why it's a difficult one. It's like one of them. It's a good one to sit down and like really like angst over because there's a lot of big decisions in there, and in hindsight, O'Reilly in, Haaland out, Chow in, Hall out. These are the big decisions that have killed us. Or O'Reilly in, Semenyo out, you could say. Creed, you know what? It's not horrible. I just don't really know what Bowen is doing in there. Jared Bowen is probably in there off past success, to be honest. Julius, brilliant live today, Key. I've got 2 football quizzes. Oh, go. Hey, mate, if you want to do a football quiz, I'm game for a football quiz if you've got one. If you've prepared one, it'd be rude not to. Happy for someone to do a football quiz if they want to get involved. Yeah, go for it, Julius. Thank you for the super chat as well, mate. I appreciate that. Reggie says he's had 2 man of the matches. Arsenal and Newcastle, both games in midfield. Let's get rid of that off the screen. There you go. Let's get my pretty face back up there. Joel says, where do you think that team would finish? This season, I think it's probably fair to say that team would probably be top. It'd probably be top 6. It would be top 6, wouldn't it? Julius, top 10 Premier League goal scorers. We talking all time? Top 10 Premier League goal scorers of all time. Shearer. Cole. I don't know what order we're going in here, but Shearer, Cole, Henry, Salah, Rooney, Aguero would be in there as well. Defoe? No. Fowler? I always get... This is where it gets a bit tricky. Like Les Ferdinand, Sheringham, Kane. Bloody Kane, of course. Harry Kane. How did you miss him out, Key? Harry Kane doesn't exist. Rooney, Fowler. I don't know if Fowler makes the top 10. If he does, I'll be disgusted with myself because he's my hero. He's my idol. So if Fowler makes the top 10, I apologise to Robbie. Yeah, we've got Rooney. Does Lampard sneak in there? I don't think he does. Defoe's number 10. I knew Jermaine Defoe snuck in. Defoe's in there. Right, so we've got Defoe, Kane, Aguero, Rooney, Salah, Henry, Cole and Shearer. So we've got 4. We've got 8. So we've got 2 more to get. Kane's second. Shearer first. Andy Cole's definitely in there, right? Fowler's 9th. Get in there, Robbie. But he knew he was. Les Ferdinand then. What about Les? Is Sir Les in there? Sir Les, I think, might have snuck in. Don't know if Lampard would have done. We've got Henry. We've got Rooney. Is this top 10 Premier League goal scorers? It is, yes. It is. Aguero's is 6th. 8. 8 Henry, yeah. 5 Andy Cole. Salah and Rooney. Where did we get Rooney? Lampard scored 177 goals. Oh, it's all pens though, innit? All pens and tappings. Zola, not Batty. Not Torres. No, they weren't in long. I would imagine Lampard maybe. Yeah, Lampard must be in there. 7 Lampard. Look at that. How has Lampard got more goals than Robbie Fowler? It's sickening that, isn't it? Well, that must be it then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's it. I think we've got it. Salah's 4th, which must mean that Rooney is 3rd, right? There you go. We've got it. We've done it. Well done, everyone. I think that was record time. Odin Vuzu, what's the convo about? So we've just done a little quiz. We've done our Premier League team of the season. Our Premier League dad team of the season, but you can only pick one player from each team. You need a pen and paper to do it, mate, because it takes you ages, and you have to make some big decisions, which feels like you're it's like Sophie's Choice. Julia says last 10 different Carabao Cup winners. Last 10 different Carabao Cup winners. That's a good quiz. Okay, so Liverpool, Newcastle, United, City, obviously, yesterday. Liverpool, Newcastle, United, City. Borough, back in the day, I would imagine. Borough, Spurs. Portsmouth didn't win it, did they? Who won it? Millwall. No, not Millwall. Millwall got in UEFA Cup. What did I say Millwall for? There was one, wasn't there? There was a funny one. Swansea. Of course there was. Bloody Swansea. Portsmouth never did. I don't think Portsmouth ever did. Borough, Swansea, Spurs. We've got Liverpool, Newcastle, United, City, Borough, Spurs, Swansea. Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham, of course, yeah. Birmingham. Obafemi Martins against Arsenal. Arsenal haven't won it since 1993. It's been a long time since Arsenal won it. Chelsea, yeah. Chelsea beat Liverpool in 2004. Bar stewards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got one more we're missing. Palace didn't win it. No, Palace didn't win it. Leicester didn't win it. Portsmouth was the FA Cup. Who else haven't we got? Man U, City. I think we're struggling here. Birmingham, Chelsea, Spurs. Last 10 winners. The last 10 winners of the Carabao Cup. Last 10 different winners. Chelsea, Birmingham, Swansea, Spurs, Borough, City, United, Newcastle, Liverpool. We've got 9. Wigan never won it. No, Wigan won the FA Cup. Villa. No, Villa haven't won anything in ages. It can't be Villa, surely. Was it Villa? What about Leicester? Didn't Leicester win it? Yeah, Leicester. I was thinking Leicester won it. That was when what's his name lifted it. What's his name? The Matty Elliott, wasn't it? I think it might be Leicester. Going back a bit there now, aren't we? That's like 26, 27 years ago, Leicester. I wish we'd signed Zubamendi. Do you think he'd have been a difference maker if he had? No, I don't think Zubamendi would have made a massive difference for Liverpool. We needed pace. We need pace in midfield, and as good as he is, he's not. I actually don't think he's really an upgrade on McAllister, to be honest. I think McAllister's better than him. He has done well for Arsenal this year, but he's had Rice doing a lot of the running next to him. Blackburn did, didn't they? Blackburn did. Yeah, Blackburn. Of course they did. Yeah, Blackburn. It's not Leicester then, is it? It's Blackburn. Most recent with Cole and York. That was a great Blackburn side as well. So we've got Blackburn, Chelsea, Birmingham, Swansea, Spurs, Borough, City, United, Newcastle and Liverpool. There you go. That's got to be it. That's it, right, Julius? Is that it? Is that correct? Is that correct, Amondo? Shuggy, thanks for the comment, mate. Yes, Swansea. We've had Swansea. Forest didn't win it. Timbo says, was that Graham Souness who won it with Blackburn? Yes, it was. James says, big up to the chats. Love it, mate. Good to see you, James. Cardiff didn't win it. No, Cardiff got to the final. Cardiff got to the final and they played Liverpool and we beat them on penalties. Yeah, we beat them on pens. Julius, thoughts on my quiz? Brilliant. Fantastic. Loved them. They were brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Well prepared. I like it. Yeah, fantastic, mate. Thanks very much, Julius. Really appreciate that, man. 2 quizzes courtesy of Julius. Alex says Rice has done the most running. Zubi has the highest distance covered in the league. I'm not saying he's not done running. What I'm saying is Rice does all of the physical stuff next to him. Zubamendi, I don't think. Put him in our midfield. That was the original question. If you put Zubamendi in our midfield, would he make a difference? No, I don't think he would. I don't think he would. Because we don't need what Zubamendi brings. He's not that player. He's not that player. Rice or Zubamendi? Rice. Can I just shock you? I like wine. Can I just shock you? Monkey tennis. Right, Foxy says we hated him. Ripped up the Sir Bobby side. Fell out with Bellamy, Dyer, and Boyer fighting each other on the pitch. And Julius, anyone else want to do a quiz? We can do another quiz. Yeah, we can do a quiz. We've got 10 minutes left. Thereabouts in the Castellón. The Castellón game. It's not been the best. It's not been the best. It's been a 1-0, cosy 1-0 win. I think as soon as they got the goal, you've just seen Cultural Leonesa kind of take the foot off it a little bit. The bookings have slowed down, though. That's been the good thing. We've not seen as much fouls. But there's not been too much in the way of massive chances. Joe, is anything happening in the match? No, mate, there really isn't. There really isn't. It's 1-0, and I think Castellón will probably cruise to the win off the back of that. Oh, Jake, wow. First off, massive thank you for the super chat, mate. Really, really do appreciate it. Jake has put, my team of the season is Roofs, James, Murillo, Gabriel, Hall, Xhaka, Szoboszlai, Bruno. Like that midfield. Hall, Gabriel, Murillo, James. Don't mind that. And then Wilson, Haaland, Illiman and Dye. Wilson, Haaland, Illiman and Dye. Front three. Ooh, yeah, not a bad shout that. Illiman and Dye. Certainly coming into the fore recently with Everton, isn't he? Ooh, that's a snazzy bouquet. That wine smells of Chewits. Timbo says, quiz. 10 times Kia's spoken about Arsenal in the last 10 minutes. He's put 2 Sunderland players. No, he's not. No, he's not, has he? No, he's not. Oh, he has. Oh, Jake. Jake, after all that, you've put 2 Sunderland players in, Roofs and Xhaka. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't cheat. Robert, are we watching the Baller League, Key? I'm not, mate. No, I'm watching Castellón against Cultural Leonesa in La Liga 2. Legend FK, remember Lauren, the Arsenal player? And Danfield Vortex, really appreciate your thoughts on Zubimendi Key being bugging me for a while if he might. Well, I mean, listen, that's just my opinion. Don't let me sway you. I think many people would say he's been brilliant. It's a great team, Jake. It's a fabulous team if it was within the rules. But a very, very good team all the same. It's not a bad effort. Andy says, best striker in EFL history. Ooh. You'd probably be looking at players like David Healy. You should give Ballers League a go at some point. I don't know if people would be that bothered. I don't even know any teams in it. Do you reckon we watch Goldbridge's team? Where do you even watch it? What's it on? I don't even know where you can watch Ballers League. Julia says, Key, please can we do our England lineups? I mean, yeah, if you want to do, we can do England lineups. We've got 10 minutes left if you want to do an England lineup. Timbo says, I think my team is the correct one. Mr. Humble as always. Humility as ever. Timbo says, I think my team's the correct one. Pickford, James, Gabriel, Lacroix, Hall, Xhaka, Soboslai, Anderson, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, Thiago. Yeah, that 4-4-2 diamond is not a bad shout. Okay, fair enough. Jake says, then I'll let you decide about the goalie because I don't know. Well, I mean, for me, mate, I'd put Pickford in there, take Illiman and Die out and probably put someone else at right wing. I'd go, you know, who's a player you've not got, a club you've not got in there. You've got Wilson, Haaland, Illiman and Die. I genuinely would go... You've not got a Villa player in, have you? Go Morgan Rogers. Go Morgan Rogers. You've not got a Villa player in there. Yeah, I'd go Morgan Rogers, Haaland and Wilson. That's a great front three. Very good front three, that. Key super sub. David Nugent for EFL. To be fair, if I didn't think my team was the correct one, why would I say that team? That's fair. Timu Pukki, another one from EFL. Robert says, thoughts on Barnes coming up to the England squad? Yeah, I mean, Harvey Barnes, I was surprised. We did say this, didn't we? We were talking about this not that long ago because he was rumoured to be joining the Scotland squad for the World Cup. And I said, well, apparently he's not doing that because he's going to get called up to the England squad. Now, he wouldn't have got called up to the England squad, would he, unless Eze got injured? Is that right? Eze got injured and he's been called up, so he wasn't going to get called up. But now he's got that opportunity to go there to be assessed by Tuchel. Maybe he goes there, he impresses. He might get an opportunity in the Japan game, maybe in the Uruguay game. We're going to be watching both of those England games, by the way. I'm going to do both friendlies. Normally, I have a no friendly rule on this channel. We have a staunch no friendlies rule. But I am going to be covering both England games, especially given it's the World Cup. We can have a chat about, you know, the teams. But let's do our World Cup. Oh God, yeah, Ina, you're right. You're right. Go on, we'll ask that now. Why not? Go on. So on Thursday, I'll ask you guys, right? I'll ask you guys. On Thursday, we have 2 games to watch. Which World Cup qualifier should we watch? Should we watch? Right, there you go. They all kick off at the same time. I'm going to put that poll to you guys and you're going to vote and you're going to let me know which game we watch. And by the end of the live tonight, I promise you that's what we'll pick. So we have 3 options. Which game should we watch on Thursday? Together, we're going to be watching the World Cup qualifiers. We've got Northern Ireland against Italy. We've got Wales against Bosnia, and we've got Czechia against Ireland. They are only the first legs. So there's still another game after it. I think that Northern Ireland against Italy, I'm not sure how good of a game it'll be, personally, but I'm happy to watch it. Wales-Bosnia is probably the one with the 2 teams are maybe closest matched. Czechia v Ireland, probably another good one as well. But we had to pick one of them. I've currently got in the schedule Wales-Bosnia, but I said I would put it to the vote. I would let you choose, and they are the ones we've got to choose from. So by the end of the poll tonight, if you want to go and vote in it, you need to head over to the red play button, search Premier League Dad, go and vote. And by the end of the live, which is in the next 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, then we will have a decision. Joe says they don't play more than one legs, it's one semi. Oh, is it? Oh, it's only one leg. Oh, hey, well, I stand corrected, said the man in the orthopaedic shoes. I only thought it was one. I thought it was 2 legs. Well, if it's only one leg, then fine. I'll watch any of them. They're all great. They're all great. Oh, they've pinched it. Oh, my God. Cultural Leonesa have absolutely shocked the watching world in the last minutes. Cultural Leonesa have somehow managed to pull out a draw here. I didn't see it coming. They've not really had any chances all game. It's been all Castellón. Pablo Hernandez is furious. His team have somehow contrived to throw it away. I can't believe they've ended up getting it. They got a penalty, but I didn't think it was going to be a penalty. But they've thrown it away, and it's there. It's 1-1. Shakon. Finners says, I was expecting you to be doing a World Cup qualifier final instead of England v Japan. I don't think there is one on. I don't think there is on that day. We've had a look. England v Japan is Friday, is it? Is it Friday? Is it Friday? No, England-Uruguay is Friday. And Sunday is England v Japan, right? No? England-Japan International... Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. So, England v Japan... there's no qualifier. The only options we've got is England v Japan, or we can watch Scotland against the Ivory Coast, or we can watch the National League. We can watch Woking against Altrincham, Wealdstone against Hartlepool, or Southend against Yeovil. We haven't got too many other options, to be honest. Czechia versus Ireland is the one to watch. Well, hey, listen, the chat so far are disagreeing with you. Timbo says, my England 11, if everyone is fit, is Pickford, James, Stones, Gay, Hall, Rice, Anderson, Palmer, Bellingham, Rashford and Kane. Maybe Gordon over Rashford. That's a 50-50. And Jag says National League. We're going to be doing some National League this week, mate. Gateshead is on tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm still torn on whether to do Gateshead or Oldham, Notts County. I don't know if anyone really... Gateshead v York City tomorrow or Oldham, Notts County. I might do Oldham in that one, but I have promised Joe that I'll do Gateshead at some point. I feel so sorry. We'll watch Notts County in a few days' time. New Caledonia v Jamaica. I 100% agree, Tim, but I'd probably just about stick Gordon in over Rashford. I would go Gordon as well. If everyone's fit, you're going Pickford, James, Stones, Gay, Hall, Rice, Anderson, Palmer, Bellingham, Rashford, Kane. Bellingham. I can't in good conscience start Bellingham. See, for me, I think I would go... I think I'd be putting Rodgers in, honestly. I think I'd be going Rodgers. I think based off what we've seen so far, I would go... Do you know what? I might even be inclined to put Eze in there after everything I've said, and I didn't think Eze would even go to the World Cup. But on current form, he probably is better. Depends if he stays... Nah, he's not, is he? He's just not, because you've got Bellingham, you've got Palmer, you've got Foden, you've got Rodgers. They're not... Yeah, he's not going to do that. He's just not going to do it. He's not going. Engamo a left wing. Engamo would be the interesting one for sure, but again, I can't see it happening. Think the amount of times Bellingham has saved England with late goals. No, I know, mate. I understand. I just don't think he's ever really going to get the position that he needs. It's whether or not Tuchel... And Tuchel's also kind of alluded to the fact that he's not mega keen on him. There's something to be said for what a great big game player Bellingham is. He just pops up with the most important moments in games. How many times has he actually done that, though? Jake says, imagine it's the 90th minute, it's a corner to Northern Ireland, and Dan Ballard comes up and it's 3-2 to Northern Ireland. So where's the game actually being played then? Where is Northern Ireland versus Italy being played? Northern Ireland v Italy playoff. Where is that being played? Bergamo. It's in Italy. Why has that got to be played in Italy? That's so grim. Why do Ireland have to play in Italy? Is that because they got home preference, because they finished higher in the groups or something? It's a bit grim, isn't it? So where's Wales-Bosnia being played then? Wales-Bosnia, I would imagine that's going to be Cardiff, right? Yeah, Cardiff. And Czechia's in Prague. Czechia is in Prague, right. Three-star Red says 89 quid for the new World Cup England shirt this year. Is it no wonder people go out and purchase the fake shirts? Well, exactly. Yeah, no, mate, you're bang right. Absolutely right. Couldn't agree more. It's very weird. Hasn't Bellingham got like 6-7 goals and assists versus Barcelona already? Yeah, but that's not a big game, is it? Can he do it on a wet and windy night in Stoke? That's the big question. Top 10 player in the world. He's just out of form at the minute. Well, the chat has spoken. The chat has spoken. And out of all the votes we've got, Czechia versus Ireland, Wales versus Bosnia, both on 27%. But the game we're going to be watching on Thursday night is Northern Ireland v Italy. There you go. Northern Ireland versus Italy in Bergamo. There you go. I'll have to change the schedule, but we will be watching Northern Ireland v Italy. Thank you, everyone that voted. Appreciate that. Good stuff. Who's the top 10 player in the world? I think he was getting at Bellingham. Bellingham's top 10 in the world, according to him. I don't know if I'd agree he's the top 10 players in the world right now, but he's probably top 5 number 10s in world football, isn't he? But again, a lot of people say that Bellingham isn't even actually a number 10. I don't really know what his best position is. He seems to have played best when he's played as like a false 9 for Real Madrid, when he's played a lot further forward. If the season stops today, who wins the Ballon d'Or? If the season stopped today, I think I'd give it Harry Kane. If it stopped right now, I would give it to Harry Kane. I've seen enough from this chat. Bellingham top 10 in the world, and that lineup for team of the season. It's full time in Valencia. Castellón 1, Cultural Leonesa 1. Pablo Hernandez absolutely gutted his team, threw it away. They had the win locked up, and they've dropped a big 2 points there. It must be said, big 2 points. Cultural Leonesa still miles off it at the bottom. Well, they're off the bottom now, actually. They've got a point, so Mirandes go to the bottom of the table. Cultural Leonesa now just 8 points from safety, plus a massive goal difference. The point has taken Castellón back up into the playoffs above Burgos. They're now only a point off Las Palmas, 4 points off Malaga, and 5 points off Deportivo La Coruña, who are in the automatic. So it's all heating up now in La Liga 2. Timbo says Kane is probably the best shout, for Ballon d'Or. And 3-star Reg, you know what, I can't argue with it. Helping send Spurs down, what a man. Finners, if England doesn't win the World Cup, who would you want to win? I honestly don't really care about who wins the World Cup. Genuinely, mate, from the bottom of my heart, I don't care who wins. If England got beat and went out, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I don't want them to lose, but I also don't really care if they win. If they win, I'll be made up for like everyone else, like for the nation. It'll be great. But I'm not like mega cheering them on. I think Spain will win it. I can't see past Spain. I think they've got the best squad. They've got the best identity. They're very, very clear about how they play, and I don't think England have that. And I think we look a lot more like a bunch of individuals, whereas Spain are a lot more cohesive and play as a team. But hey, Right, I appreciate everyone tonight. That's going to be, well, I mean, listen, it's been a slightly different stream tonight. I really appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in. And we'll be back tomorrow for, I don't know whether it's going to be Oldham against Notts County or York City against, no, it's going to be York City Gateshead. We'll do the National League tomorrow. It's live on DAZN. York City against Gateshead. We'll have that properly lined up tomorrow. And we'll have another chat about maybe the World Cup squad. And we'll have some other topics to line up. I'll think of some topics. Think of some topics and some quizzes we can do. Maybe we'll make more tomorrow, a bit more of a quiz. A bit more of a fun one. Because tonight was a disaster. Foxy says, disaster season for Miranda's. They did so well last season. They'll take young players on loan from elite clubs. Hasn't worked this season. Yeah, not good for them. Zaragoza's another one. We're watching Zaragoza against Santander next weekend. But right, listen, lots of love, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you so much for coming in. If you've not already, do us a favour, hit like, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a nice night. Ta-da.